One day I decided that I wanted to see what was on an aibo memory stick. So I found a random card reader and plugged the memory stick into my computer, just to find that I couldn't see any of the information stored on the stick. Not one to give up that easily, I decided to turn to Google and look up how exactly other people were accessing their aibo's memory. I found a homebrew program called Aibo Tool on the Aibo Hack website, which is an incredible resource for aibo owners. Looking into the process, I discovered that I had to use a Sony memory stick reader, which I did not do initially. Whoops. While waiting for the card reader to arrive, I downloaded the Aibo tool. I got that installed and made sure to have it run in Windows XP. I got it all set up, and then waited for the card reader to arrive. And would you look at that? Here it is. Let's get this opened up and plug the card reader in. The placement for the ERS 100 series battery and memory stick access is a little unfortunate. Sorry, Mortimer. The software worked perfectly for this stick, and overall it's pretty cool. You can see what stage the aibo is at. Mortimer here is a rumble child, apparently. You can see the progress of their growth and how close they are to advancing to the next stage. Mortimer here will evolve to the youth stage in 12 more hours of runtime. You can use Aibo Tool to train your aibo, which basically just means you can change different characteristics, such as gender and species. You can also alter how quickly they develop, or just change their growth stage outright. Some of the species change options seem pretty interesting, and I'd like to try them out at some point. You can also change the aibo's color preference, which just means it'll seek out whatever colors you set it to. They also have a version of this application for the Sony Clie, so let's try that out as well. I downloaded the application on my computer and then put it on a memory stick and copied it over to the Clie. Once the application was copied to the Clie's internal memory, I could pop in an aibo memory stick and take a look at the contents. I did this quite a while after I had initially looked at Mortimer's memory stick, so the information looks a little bit different. Alright, time for the ERS 300 series sticks. Unfortunately, as cool as it is, the Aibo tool never had photo viewing implemented, which is what I was most curious about for the models with photo taking capabilities. Just to be 100% certain, I checked it on the Clie as well, and sure enough, same thing, no photo viewing capabilities. I know that if you have the memory stick plugged into the Sony card reader, you can actually just search the stick for images and view them that way, but that's no fun. So I looked into what other tools I could use. I found a tool called Browser23, also on the Aibo Hack website, which I promptly installed. Now, this was a bit of a challenge because it was missing a DLL file that was necessary for opening the software. I didn't even know what a DLL file was initially. Apparently, it's a dynamic link library, which basically serves as a location for executable code and data that can be accessed by multiple programs at the same time. After doing some digging, I was able to find it on a DLL archive. This particular DLL file is a graphics application programming interface, also called an API, that is used to render three-dimensional graphics. It wasn't in the app install because Windows already had the DLL included in its operating systems pre-XP. Once downloaded and put in the Browser23 app folder, I was able to open the software and read the ERS 3 series sticks. I was really excited when I finally got it running because it was quite a process. And now I can view all the photos in one place, along with all the other information on the stick. These are some really good high quality pictures. When I first opened this one up, for some reason I was really amused by it. A lot of pictures in the same exact spot in my apartment, of course. These are all just from when I was testing out different photo taking commands. I'll have to have the aibo take actual interesting photos at a later time and really see what the camera is capable of. Though I don't think it's capable of much. This software is pretty interesting because you can see the aibo's birthday, when it was last turned on and last off, and the aibo's total runtime. This aibo's birthday is December 31st, 1999. That's pretty cool. Almost as old as me. You can also see the aibo's name and the owner's name. This aibo was not yet registered by me, and I had not yet changed its name, so it was very interesting to see the original name and owner. Even if the way the phonemes are written out is hard to translate into an actual name. Alright, time for Tsukiko's card. These are all really good, really flattering. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Another really good one. Unfortunately, because aibos are so low to the ground, the angle they get of people's faces is not great. Though nothing can compare to how unflattering Turing's pictures are of me. It looks like her birthday is November 11th, 2001. It's a little interesting because the last on and last off dates are before that. I wonder why that is. You can see the name I gave her, or rather, how the aibo has interpreted the name I gave her. This was quite an adventure and took a long time, but it took even longer to get this video out because I moved a couple of times and all sorts of stuff happened. But I've got lots of projects in the works and I'm excited to show you what I've done so far, so keep an eye out for more videos in the future. As always, thanks so much for watching, and if you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe.